I don't think she called it in.
Alright. Well, I don't have to say hello, sister.
In the spirit. Oh, well, another Shabbat day. God bless us with. You know, He done kept us from the freaky freaks of the owners of this planet. There's some freaks out there. Brother Ron was telling me, you know,
That's right.
at the airport, he was just, you know, I guess he really had to control himself, you know, because he was like all these women dressed so, you know, revealing. Yeah, you know, it's the airport. Sometimes, you know, they don't care. They traveling one place or another. They got on this pajama, tight pajama. You know what I'm saying? They don't really care. You know.
And pajamas.
Yeah, like they be traveling. You know, they don't care. The layovers, they get tired of this planet. They don't care. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. You know. But thank y'all for keeping us another day. You know. Guess any brothers want to say anything as usual?
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Brother Ishmael.
Hallelujah. Praise the Lord.
Okay.
Praise Elohim.
Yeah. Elohim.
Give thanks to y'all for another day. You know, to be part of the flock that's awoken, you know, and able to see and hear and be able to do the will of God. You know, Scripture say, "If you love me, you keep my commandments." You know, and a lot of people don't love y'all, so it's a heartbreaking thing, you know. But you know, thankful for another day, you know, another Shabbat day. Y'all keeping us, and you know, keeping our mind, you know, body, souls, you know. A lot of people in y'all age groups, you know, they reprobate minds and they gone, you know what I'm saying? You know, my age too, you know, sicknesses come through and all that, just go on downhill, you know, from that perspective. But you know, hallelujah for y'all for another day, Shabbat day. Guess I just keep it, try to keep it short. I just thought about I didn't know what I was going to do today, but thought about just reading some going into the Old Testament of I think Habakkuk, probably.
Habakkuk?
Yeah, probably take some Habakkuk and maybe a Haggai. Speak a little bit on those small chapters, you know. Read some of that. Probably just read both of those chapters, you know, talk about that. You know, I got something for tomorrow. I'll just probably go through that today. You know, just a little refresher. All right, Becca. Y'all probably know who Becca is. They say, I'll read this little notation right here about Habakkuk. The prophecy of Habakkuk is unique among all prophetic literature. Overall, it contains a high caliber of Hebrew poetry. The first two chapters consist a dialogue between the prophet and Yah concerning the invasion of the Chaldeans and their destruction. It goes on, you know, historical setting. Habakkuk is difficult to assert since he does not mention the king or kings. So I guess they're not really sure, but the content of the book, that's the main focus on here. But I guess we start and discuss it as we go on. This be Habakkuk 1, chapter 1, verse 1. The burden which Habakkuk the prophet did see. And that burden, what does that burden mean? The oracle, the prophecy. I guess a burden, they put burden for oracle prophecy. So the prophecy which Habakkuk the prophet did see. O Yah, how long shall I cry, and thou wilt not hear? So I guess they was going through the same thing some of us go through. You know, sometimes you be crying out to Yah, you be like, Yah, we still good? You know, you still picking up the phone, calling, you know, if a prophet running into the problem, you know what I'm saying? Or, you know, or the matter, you know, it's something that we run in, seen some of us run through at times as well. Oh yeah, how long shall I cry, and thou wilt not hear, even cry out unto thee of violence, and thou wilt not save. So, you know, at this point in time, Rebecca's like, yo, they up in here, they raping man, like in Judges 19, you know, who was that? That was Benjamin. They was up there raping man, like, yo, yeah, you see what they, you know, he like, yeah, the violence, yeah. You know, sometimes we see that, like, with, you know, Planned Parenthood, you know, like, they done, you know, they didn't murder the children, the women went there, you know, and sometimes it's the males who convey, and sometimes they're on both of the same accord. But, you know, how many children they done murdered, man, it's in the nearly 100 million children since, you know, they were in construction. You know, that's a lot of blood just on that, not including wars and all that. So, you know, it's similar to what's even going on right now, and just like in the days of Noah, just as it is now. Verse 3, why doest thou show me iniquity, and cause me to behold grievance? And it's something that we see right now, you know, like, man, you go to Walmart, I tell you, man, every time I go to Walmart, I see these little whores, man. It vexes my spirit because I know a lot of dumb guys are going to get caught up with them because they don't know no better, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, she about to eat you up, man, like, you don't even know.
But, not only young guys, there's old guys getting ate up.
Yeah, that's more so the horrible thing, you know, you never got to control that lust.
Them old guys, they see them young
Sugar
girls
daddies.
thinking they can get, and the only thing they want is to throw ring in.
Your Social Security, SSI check, whatever you got, your whatever, your retirement, you know what I'm saying?
Man, you got a bank card, you're going good.
That's right.
Come on.
That's right.
Let me show you something what you can do with this bank card.
Maybe got a little Cadillac, you know what I'm saying?
Baby needs shoes, Papa got the fuck you gonna get.
That's right.
Let's go.
This the whoredom, it grieves, you know, it's grievous, you know, to see it, to look upon it. For spoiling and violence are before me, and there are that which rise up strife and contention. Therefore the law is slacked, and judgment do it never go forth. Look at that, you know, you be crying for judgment, you like, you know, Yah, why no judgment, you know? And this is a prophet speaking to Yah about this, you know. For the wicked do it compass about the righteous. Therefore, wrong judgment proceeded. Just like we was talking last week about in, I think it was in Second Esdras or Sirach, about when the wicked got control of the planet, they changed the laws to benefit them. And you know, that's why you can't get judgment here. Therefore, wrong judgment proceeded, you know. Just like when cop killings, you know, some of them are justified, but you know, some of them were just,
a whole lot of them out there.
You know,
they just killing them brothers and Puerto Rican and anybody that ain't Caucasian.
That's right. And if you on video, you know, it's even, you know, that makes it even more preferred judgment, you know, because hey, you know, any reasonable person would be like, you know, this was murder, you know what I'm saying? Or you set the tone, you riled up the situation so it could escalate, you know. So,
but it was the same way with Emmett Till. Them guys, they killed Emmett Till, and that woman said he did like cuss her, but he didn't say nothing to her, didn't whistle at her or nothing. But her brother-in-law and her husband killed him for nothing, a 14-year-old kid, and they thought that was swell. They thought that was the greatest thing since rookie.
And then we look at the spiritual aspect about that. When you're away from Yah and you're full of hate, you know, you're open for demon possession, and you know the demons are just looking to kill. You know, this give us an excuse to rile up that spirit in you, so we can do what we want to do, and you be the vessel of it. That's why Yahusha kept saying, man, hey man, put all that anger away, because it's gonna mess you up. and you're gonna be led by wicked spirits rather than the Ruach, the Hakodesh. Yeah, so that's why Yahusha kept giving an example. That's why he kept his anger, his peace, because he wanna be grounded. He don't want to be moved, because if you move in your spirit, something happen. Your wife get hit and you ready to kill somebody, but you don't know she threw her shoe at somebody. You know what I'm saying? Before we, they hit you, but you hit them with your shoe. You gotta control your spirit. All right. Therefore, wrong judgment proceeded. The homosexual marriages and all that stuff. Wrong judgment. But these things have to come to be. Behold, ye among the heathen, and regard and wonder marvelously. For I will work a work in your days, which ye will not believe, though it be told to you. For, lo, I rise up the Chaldeans, that bitter and hasty nation. A lot of times, in the scriptures, for people who are scripturally illiterate, Yah rouses up nations to go against nations that he want to take care of. And Yah's making it very clear, I'm about to do something, I'm about to rile up a nation against these particular groups of people, and it's going to be a sight that you're not even going to believe.
Rile up against the United States.
All of it.
Well, I know, but I'm saying, he thinks Mr. Trump thinks he's so smart, but he ain't smart at all. He just started trouble.
Yeah,
he don't even know it.
It's just like with Pharaoh. Pharaoh is so filled with anger and his own ego. He's easily moved. To do whatever. You're a puppet. You're a puppet at that point. Just like with all this rage in America. That's why a lot of people need to control their spirits, because whether it be a lot of black people, they full of so much bitterness now because of everything that happened to them. But you gotta understand, you've been out of order. You haven't been keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. That's why it's been free reign on particular groups of people, because you're outside of the law, statutes, and commandments, and that hedge is been removed. So but that causes bitterness, and now you'll see some racist white people, and you'll see black people. This is worse as the racist white people. Man, okay, I don't think this is gonna end well. You know what I'm saying? Okay, justice, yes, but
it's not gonna end well.
That's
the way it's supposed to go.
That's my point. But the people who seem to be oppressed by these people, they're taking on that evil characteristic too.
The other people that create
and then bam. And that's what Satan wants. Satan wants you to be bitter so you can be just as evil as what you hate. And and that's when that's self-destruction right there. For lo, I rise up the Chaldeans, that bitter and hasty nation, which shall march through the breadth of the land to possess the dwelling place that are not theirs. They are terrible and dreadful. The Russians, the SSR, the Chinese, when they come, the Koreans, they come and, this metaphorically speaking like that too. When they come, against that nation, they are terrible and dreadful. Their judgment and their dignity shall proceed of themselves. Their horses also are a swifter than the leopard, and they're more fierce than the evening wolves. And their horsemen shall spread themselves, and their horsemen shall come from far. They shall fly as the eagles that hasten to eat. Like them F-15s and all them, choppers, where they come in, the missiles and all that stuff. Yum, just like an eagle, ready for swift, he's ready to eat. They shall come all for violence. So that's what I was just saying a moment ago. You got to be careful not to take on the spirit of the enemy, because the spirit of the enemy is coming for violence, just to kill, without reason. Yeah, Yahusha is coming to kill. Yahusha is coming to kill with reason. first generation, just not to kill. Yahusha didn't take on the conduct of the oppressor or the wicked, but he confronted and called out that spirit, but he didn't take on that spirit. Their faces shall surge up as the east wind, and they shall gather the captivity as the sand, and they shall scoff at the kings and the princes. The mighty man, in this day and time, you got the president, Congress, generals. These are the mighty men, the kings, the princes. These are metaphorically speaking. Princes shall be a scorn to them. They shall deride every stronghold, for they shall heap dust and take it. Then shall his mind change, and he shall pass over and offend, imputing this his power unto his God. Art thou not from everlasting, O my Yah, mine Kadesh one? We shall not die, O Yah. Thou hast ordained them for judgment, and Almighty Yah. That's something, man. It's something Yah come up to you and say, man, guess what, man? You're ordained. Oh, you feel so good? All right, I'm ordained. You're ordained for judgment. That's Yah talk right there. You ordained, you feeling good, I'm ordained. A lot of what these pastors say, I'm ordained. You ordained for judgment. You were known, it was known that you was going to be the wolf in the sheep's clothing. Y'all knew what you was going to do, but you going to be the one who ordained for judgment. Thou hast ordained them for judgment, and, Almighty Yah, thou hast established them for corruption. Thou art of purer eyes than behold evil, and canst not look on iniquity. Wherefore lookest thou upon them that deal treacherously, and holdest thy tongue when the wicked devour the man that is more righteous than he. Just like we was reading in the Apocrypha the other last week. The wicked man devoured the righteous. Oh, you righteous? Let's test. Because if you righteous, just like when Satan was talking to Yahusha, he was like, fall down and the angel is going to come pick you up. Let me test your righteousness. Let me see if y'all really got a hedge over you. Testing. Wherefore lookest thou upon them that deal treacherously, and holdest thy tongue when thou wicked devoured the man that is more righteous than he, and makest me as the fishes of the sea, as the creeping things that have no ruler over them. They take up all of them, the angel. They catch them in their net, and gather them in their drags. Therefore they rejoice and are glad. Therefore they sacrifice unto their net, and burn incense unto their dread, because by their portion is fat, and their meat is pleasant. Just like when Esau, he was promised to rule. That net for Esau was the weapon, a man of war, a fierce man. And they're up in here, right, in verses 15 and 16, they're bragging about, we're catching all of these people with our crafty abilities of war. We got the greatest nets, and we're going to catch them all. This is their portion, the fatness of the sword, and that's why in the New Testament it says, he that liveth by the sword should be slain by the sword. 17. Shall they therefore empty their nets? Absolutely not. This is a mad person, mad people. They will never let the captives go. Never, never, ever. And not spare continually to slay the nations? Chapter 2. I will stand upon my watch, and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. So Rebecca is waiting on the Most High. A lot of people don't want to wait on the Most High, impatient, and Yahusha, they say Yahusha is a man associated with grief and sorrow. while Yahusha just sitting there, just associating, got bugs, walking on him. Think about when he was down there, he had probably roaches on his feet, just walking like, man, I'm ready to go, but I gotta be patient. Verse 2, you know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta be patient, walking around dung, I don't know how the sewer system was back then, but
I know the sewer system.
well, in Rome, they had a little,
they just had
like a hole in the thing, you know what I'm saying? That's better than nothing. Some places, they don't even have it to this day. You be running down this.
Well, they call benjo ditches in Japan. And they go in their house, they do whatever they got to do, but they just run right to the street and then run out in the street, and you can smell it.
Yeah, that's how it is in India, some places in Africa. It's But I'm saying, like, that's when Yahusha came down around, Verse 2, and Yah answered me. So he called upon Yah and he waited upon Yah. And Yah answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon the tables, that he may run that readeth it. No, don't. This ain't no parable. It's going to be right to the point. You're going to understand this. 2 + 2 = 4. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak. See how a lot of people, don't understand that too. It's foretelling. It's a prophecy, and then at a certain period of time, that's when this is going to speak. Just like in Daniel, it says, "Close up the book. In the end days, knowledge will increase." But at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him. Talking about the wicked. Just like in these days now. But the just shall live by his faith. Yea, also, because he transgressed by wine. What they did with the Native Americans when we came here, man. First thing they did, hey man, we got some fire water for you.
Good stuff.
We got some fire water for you, and
they loved it.
It ain't no matter how much resources Native Americans get, man, they can't get that monkey off their back. That monkey of wine can't get out. They got casinos, they got government assistance, free college education, free housing. I mean, everything. You get a house, everything. You know what I'm saying? On tab. Still can't get that wine off you, man. So wine ain't no joke. You know what I'm saying? Wine ain't no joke.
Strong drink ain't no joke.
Well, yeah. Even you get a bottle of wine. If you can't tolerate that, man. But that but they bought that they bought the brown liquor. Strong wine. Fire water, they call it.
Yeah. Mad Dog 2020.
I remember that.
Mad Dog 2020. That stuff was killing. I know when it first came out.
I was like, number poison, man, chemicals, benzene and stuff.
I was in elementary and they had stories running on the news that people were dying drinking that Mad Dog 2020.
Mad Dog 2020 is a mother.
Thunderbird.
Thunderbird wasn't that bad.
It was something. Red Rooster or something.
Tiger Road.
I don't know. I'm just,
I remember Thunderbird and what was it? There was another one.
Night Train.
Yeah, Night Train. That's Mad Dog, Night Train.
Night, boy, all them liquors, boy, them wines, he transgressed. Yea, also because he transgressed by wine. He is proud. He is a proud man. Neither keep it at home. Just like America, everywhere, always in somebody's business. Can't stay out of somebody's business, Who enlarges his desire as hell, because hell has enlarged herself, and is as death. Woo! And cannot be satisfied. Look at that. You have somebody who will never be filled. They can't get enough of blood. And cannot be satisfied, but gather unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting of proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increases that which is not his. How long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay. What is that? 4, 6, 6, 1, 6, 4. Many pledges. What they do, just like with America, with Native Americans and so many other people that make them pledges, and that's what it's talking about. Ladeth himself with thick clay pledges. You can't keep a promise. It don't matter if you got a contract. We got a contract, okay. Boy, our contract is no longer binding. Can't trust them. That's why they do this so much in movies. That's all they do. Somebody don't want to honor the contract, kill them. Just kill them. Shall they not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee, and awaken that shall vex thee? And thou shalt be for booties unto them. Booties, treasure. Pirates. Where's my booty? That's why booty. They booty associated with females. Look at that booty. It's a treasure. But booty.
Yeah, but they were talking about treasures then.
No, I'm saying how they apply words and different things too. You know what I'm saying? That's where it originally come from. But a woman is a treasure too, so that's why they probably associated that too with that. You know what I'm saying? Give me my booty. You know what I'm saying?
They are treasures.
You know what I'm saying? That's what scriptures say, you know what I'm saying? A good woman. Proverbs. A good woman. A woman ain't good. She is not a treasure. She is a burden. She's a burden. Because thou hast spoiled many nations, the whore of Babylon. The whore of Babylon has gotten the whole world drunk. All the remnant of the people shall spoil thee because of man's blood. She say, she's drunk with the blood of the saints. And for the violence of the land, of the city, and of all that dwell therein. Woe unto him that covered an evil covetousness to his house, that he may set his net on high, that he may be delivered from the power of evil. So, and that's why they're trying to do now. They're trying to put bigger gaps between the super rich and the poor. They trying to cut the middle class out. It's like, man, we're trying to get away from y'all, because we know when y'all revolt, we trying to be as far away from y'all as possible. You know what I'm saying? Thou hast consulted shame to thy house by cutting off many people, unjust rulership, and hast sinned against thy soul. For the stone shall cry out of the wall, and the beam out of the timber shall answer. Woe to him that buildeth a town with blood, and establish a city by iniquity. This is the
everything that was done here in the United States and Australia and anywhere else they went and said they claim and they discovered.
This is the foundation of the Babylonian empires. This is not even America, because America is this an arm of the whole beast. Everywhere this beast of the Babylonian daughter of Babylon goes, this is what the whore does. Blood and iniquity. Blood and iniquity. When you see them coming off that boat with them muskets, it's over. It's over. They ain't coming to talk. They come to kill. Swiftly.
They always done.
You know, and that's why you can't take on the mind of that evil, because you gotta have righteous judgment, not bitter judgment, because you can get perverted. You can become what you hate. That's why it's a saying. You become what you hate. You hate your father because of what he did, and you became it. You hate your mother because it's not righteous. You're not righteously divining the wickedness. You know what I'm saying? So that's another trick of Satan. To make you come what you hate, what is evil. And then, you be 40, 50 years old, just looking in the mirror, I'm what I hate.
60, 70, and
hey, so it's a tricky adversary. That's why you got to be studied to show thyself approved. 13. Behold, is it not of Yah of hosts that the people shall labor in the very fire, and the people shall weary themselves for very vanity? For the earth shall be filled with the knowledge of the glory of Yah, as the water covered the sea. Woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink. Woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink. That's what they did with Zion, man. They got Zion drunk on sin. You know, the ways of the Gentile. You know, because you got to remember, drink is a metaphor for wickedness. You know, it's just not you getting a drunk. You know, it's like a wicked woman whispering in your ear. You know, seducing you. She getting you drunk. And now you don't know how to deal with it. You drunk. You know what I'm saying? You know different than a drunk man. You know what I'm saying? That's why you got to leave certain things alone. Or vice versa. Some Mac daddy come to a woman, she don't know no better, and just, 14, for the earth shall be filled with the knowledge of the glory of Yah, as the waters cover the sea. Woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink, that putteth thy bottle to him, and maketh him to drink also, that thou mayest look upon thy nakedness. And Brother Ishmael was bringing that out a few weeks ago. You getting somebody drunk to look at their nakedness. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta be careful with that. I put water in my cup. Put water. I ain't drinking with you. I ain't drinking with you. I ain't drinking with you. That's why you gotta be careful when you drink with, man. You get yourself in a situation. Thou art filled with shame for glory. Drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. The cup of Yah's right hand shall be turned unto thee, and shameful spewing shall be on thy glory. For the violence of Lebanon shall cover thee, and the spoil of beasts, which made them afraid because of man's blood, and for the violence of the land, of the city, and of all that dwell therein. What profited the graven image, that the maker thereof hath graven it, the molten image, and a teacher of lies, that the maker of his work trusteth therein, so make dumb idols? Woe unto him that saith to the wood, awaken, to the dumb stone, arise. It shall teach, behold, it is laid over with gold and silver, and there is no breath at all in the midst of it. But Yah is holy, Kadesh, temple. Let all the earth keep silence before him. And that's how they be with them idols. Speak. Them demons be telling them to make all this profane stuff, and the demons be like, I'll never leave you. And make an idol, and the idol never speak. You be waiting all day, all your life, and you say something. Hey, move not a bit.
I think you winked at me.
Yeah. After you take some LSD, it start talking to you. After you take some LSD and some drink, it start talking. That's them spirits talking. That ain't the idol. All right, a prayer of Habakkuk, the prophet, upon Shinanot. O Yah, I have heard thy speech, and was afraid. O Yah, revive thy work in the midst of the years. In the midst of the years, make known. In wrath, remember mercy. Woo! Man, a lot of people really don't understand and comprehend. When y'all get mad, that's why they keep telling y'all, remember, what is it right here? In wrath, remember thy mercy. Because, you ever seen, people beating their children, they just on out of control. Mercy has left the building, you know what I'm saying? Just keep going. And that's why, they like, remember, you merciful, you know what I'm saying? Because when y'all go, he going, Okay. Yah from Teman, and the Kadesh one from Mount Paran. Selah. His glory covered the heavens, and the earth was filled of his praise, and his brightness was as the light. He had horns coming out of his head. Didn't we read that? You remember we read that in the book of Enoch about Yahusha? He had, that's why I was like, man, we don't know how Yah truly look. We don't know what, you know what I'm saying? We don't know how it truly gonna be, you know what I'm saying? You know, might have horns. I don't know. That's why if those cherubims with the four heads, they had one head of a bull, one head of a lion, a man, and you know what I'm saying. So we don't know if Yahusha really gonna have some, you know, some horns, you know. 4. His brightness was as the light. He had horns coming out of his head, and there was the hiding of his power. 4 and 1. Rays flashing. Okay. And this translation is saying the horns are talking about like brightness, like the sun beaming. But I don't know if that's a mistranslation. But it's saying in this particular meaning, it's saying that it was talking about like sunshine rays. But yeah, I'm not sure about that though. You know, I'm not 100% sure if that's the accurate, you know, translation. Verse 5. Before him went the pestilence, and burning coals went forth at his feet. Because you remember in what was that, Ezekiel 28, it says, "Thou art the anointed cherubim that walked upon the coals of fire." So that's a precept to that. He stood and measured the earth. He behold and drove asunder the nations. And what did that mean? 6:1. Startled. It said, and he startled the nations, and the everlasting mountains were scattered. The perpetual hills did bow. His ways are everlasting. I saw the tents of Cushan in affliction, and the curtains of the land of Midian did tremble. Was Yah displeased against the rivers? Was thine anger against the rivers? Was thine wrath against the sea? That thou didst root up thine horses and thy chariots of salvation. Thy bow was made quite naked, according to the oaths of the tribes. Even thy word, Selah, thou didst cleave the earth with rivers. The mountains saw thee, and they trembled. The overflowing of the waters passed by. The deep uttered his voice, and lifted up his hand on high. The sun and moon stood still in their habitations. At the light of thine arrows thine went, and at the shining of thine glittering appeared. I mean, you know, it's something, boy, Yah will, you know, the kingdom gonna be something else spectacular. That's, you know what I'm saying, glory. We look dull, man. Like, ain't no, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, we might got some spiritual, you know how spirit, you know, shine in the spiritual aspect, but you know what I'm saying? It's like it's gonna be every day you're just gonna see heightened colors, the shining, the spirit, you know, it's gonna be, you know, somebody wake up, you be like, oh, you're too bright. Going back to sleep or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Okay, verse 10, verse 11, 12. Thou didst march through the land in indignation. Thou didst thrash the heathen in anger. Woo, boy, I tell you, boy, man, you heathen, man, get it together. Cause to say, wait, let me hit this precept real quick. This is Malachi 1 and 14. But cursed be the deceiver, which hath his flock a male, and voweth and sacrificed unto Yah a corrupt thing. For I am a great king, said Yah of hosts, and my name is dreadful among the heathen. Man, after Yah get done beating the sin out of Zion, he coming for the Gentiles. And And I think a lot of the nations that forgot who Yah is. You know what I'm saying? Yah say, I am a great king, and my name is dreadful amongst the Gentiles. So, going back to verse 12 in chapter 3 of Habakkuk, thou didst march through the land in indignation. Thou didst thresh the heathen in anger. Ooh, boy, I guess some people don't respect you until you got to show out.
Yeah, you show up angrily.
You know what I'm saying? Then they be like, okay, okay. You know what I'm saying?
Misunderstood.
You know, I understand now. And that's why, when a lot of you watch these older movies, you know what I'm saying, and when a king calls somebody, a lot of the times they will feel, the king want to talk to me. For what?
He did nothing.
Because at any moment the king could be like, feed him to the alligators. And just like there ain't nobody it ain't no jury, it ain't nothing. Whatever the king say, that's it. So yeah, because you respect the power of the king, and a lot of people don't respect the power of the king no more. 13.
Especially now in this country.
Yeah, they just don't. They'll these Bible pages are nice paper. You ain't got no rolling paper, man. These be some great rolling paper. People do use them. Roll it up.
Yes, sir.
Roll it. Oh man. Thou winnest forth for the salvation of thy people, Zion. Scripture say, you remember, because Zion is the inheritance. Zion is a special people. That's why Yah is so protective and jealous over Zion. Destroy other nations for Zion. Thou winnest forth for the salvation of thy people, even for salvation with thine anointed. Thou wouldest the land heed out of the house of the wicked, by discovering the foundation unto the neck. Thou didst strike through with his staffs the head of his villages. They came out as a whirlwind to scatter me. Their rejoicing was as to devour the poor secretly. They devour the poor with laws. Psalms 83. Let us come against Zion, that they be no more in remembrance, and whatnot. To devour the poor secretly. That's why the scriptures say anything. The wicked do things in the dark. Congress passing laws at 12 a.m. in the morning. What y'all doing in Congress at 12 a.m. in the morning? It can't be nothing good. If Congress up there at 12 a.m. in the morning, ain't nothing good about to happen, boy. Ain't no C-SPAN on. Ain't nothing being documented. You know what I'm saying? All right. While the American people sleeping, huh? All right. Verse 15. Thou didst walk through the sea with thine horses, through the heap of great waters. When I heard, my belly trembled. My lips quivered at the voice. Rottenness entered into my bones, and I trembled in myself, that I might rest in the day of trouble. So Habakkuk let him know, man, this is, I guess because we ain't really seen it, we kind of comfortable, I guess, you know what I'm saying? These prophets ain't speaking this like, speaking so emotionally just cause, you know what I'm saying? When he talking about my belly became rotten is when I saw what was coming, it was like, whoa. And he was like, man, I hope I ain't around this, you know what I'm saying? And that's why the scripture say, woe unto them that wish for the day of Yah. Where do you stand in it? You know what I'm saying? A lot of people come, sweet Jesus, come back. When sweet Jesus come back, where do you stand at though?
Sweet Jesus ain't coming back.
Well, I'm telling you, that's what they call Yahusha for ignorant purposes. But the point is, when he do come back, where do you stand at?
Well, if they call him Jesus, they stand with the few.
Well, yeah,
the many.
Well, hopefully they at least have good words. You know, they might be ignorant and at least hopefully they have a good heart. But for the people, you know, playing with this stuff, talking about, you know, Jesus take the wheel and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? And Friday night you up in a whorehouse, you know, doing all this stuff.
At the bar.
At the bars, you know, you're beating your wife, the wife beating the husband, you know, where do you stand on that day when he comes? And you know, and Habakkuk is making it clear, 16, when I heard, my belly trembled, my lips quivered. And you know, to make somebody's lips quiver, you know, you seen children, they about to cry. That's what Habakkuk is saying, you know, quivering, like, man, that's some stuff, you know. At the voice, rottenness entered into my bones, and I trembled in myself, that I might rest in the day of trouble. When he cometh up unto the people, he will invade them with his troops. Man, when he comes, it's gonna be some slaughtering. And you know, it might be some cherubs, you know what I'm saying, with the four heads, you know, getting this. I mean, like, what is that? You gonna think this some alien invasion for real type stuff, man. It had four heads and wings, you know. Nah, that's a cherub, you know. And if they killing you, that means you wicked, you know. 17, although the fig tree shall not blossom, neither shall fruit be in the vines. The labor of the olive shall fail, and the field shall yield no meat, and the flock shall be cut off from the fold, and there shall be no herd in the stalls. Yet I will rejoice in Yah. I will joy in Yah of my salvation. Yah is my strength, and he will make my feet like hen's feet, and he will make me to walk upon mine high places, to chief singer on my string instruments. I guess Habakkuk was an instrument player too, you know what I'm saying? And I thought about going into maybe Hagar. This is chapters 2, because it's talking about, it's basically talking about the aftermath of when destruction, the people were purged from the temple. So maybe I'll just read that. It's only 2 chapters. Quick study.
There's 4 chapters.
Haggai is 2 chapters.
Yeah, no, there's only 2.
Maybe you're looking at Zechariah.
I'm looking at 1, 2. Okay.
So more than there was, huh?
Yeah.
No problem. Alright,
Alright, answer it.
alright. You see it now, you good, Brother King? Okay. Alright. Touch on this, and this will be, let's do these 2. In the 2nd year of Darius, the king, in the 6th month, in the 1st day of the month, came the word of Yah by Hagar, the prophet, unto Zerubbabel, the son of Shealtiel, governor of Judah, and to Joshua, the son of Josiah-Dish, the high priest, saying, thus speaking Yah of hosts, saying, this people say, the time is not come, the time that Yah house should be built. Then came the word of Yah by Haggai, the prophet, saying, is it time for you, O ye, to dwell in your sealed houses, and this house lie waste? Now, therefore, thus said Yah of hosts, consider yourself, consider your ways. Brother Ron. Yeah. Hey, Shalom, Bro Ron. You about to listen in? All right. Yeah, we just started. We're gonna go over something else in Haggai, so we just started that, so it'll probably be another about 10, 15 minutes. All right, I'll put you down. All right. Verse 5. There, Hagar chapter 1, verse 5. Therefore, thus said Yah of hosts, consider your ways. Ye have so much and bring in little. Yeah, just like now, because the priest, it was fat cats, man. They got the best flour. I mean, being a priest ain't no joke. You know, just like being a pastor in these mega churches, this ain't no joke. You eating the finest food. You riding them jets, Cadillacs.
Diamonds on your
Diamonds, boy. Some of these pastors be having, look, we ain't got enough money. Each finger got a diamond ring. A diamond ring, they say, yo, that's not in the church budget.
My fingers are getting lonely.
They
need more diamonds.
That's right, and they, I mean, so being a priest ain't nothing, you know, ain't nothing small about that. You living a good life, you know, material wise. Ye have so much and bring in little. Ye eat, but ye have not enough. Ye drink, but ye are not filled with drink. Ye clothe you, but there is none warm. And he that eareth wages to put it into a bag with holes. Thus said Yah of hosts, consider your ways. Go up to the mountain and bring wood and build the house, and I will take pleasure in it, and I will be glorified. Said Yah, ye looked for much, and lo, it came to little. And when ye brought it home, I did blow up on it. Why, said Yah of hosts? Because of mine house that is waste, and ye run every man unto his own house. Meaning, like, you know, you profane the house of Yah, ain't nobody want to come in. How many people like that right now? People are missing out on the opportunity with Yah. Even though it's a personal relationship, a lot of people like, man, I don't do the church thing, ain't never lies. Because, you know, they see you, man, like, you preferring to, you making the house of Yah, you know, or the understanding of Yah profane to many people like, man, ain't never read the Bible not one time in their life, ain't never talked to Yah not one time in their life, but yeah, I don't do that. That's for stupid people, you know what I'm saying? Because they see, you know, how a lot of these churches are looking, and, you know, it's filled with stupid people, you know. Why said Yah of hosts, because of mine house that is waste, and ye run every man unto his own house. Therefore, the heaven over you is stayed from dew, and the earth is stayed from her fruit. Sound like a famine coming. And I called for a drought upon the land. So Haggai, you know, the prophets, man, you know, that's why they're going to be mad at the two prophets during that time. You know, these two prophets, you know, they about to, man, no rain for you. It's a cool 78 degrees today with the sun out. Make it 110 degrees, blazing hot heat. You know what I'm saying?
Let everything get dry.
Let's change the atmosphere because y'all comfortable right now. Nah. Okay, Haggai was calling for a famine, you know. Where I left off. And I called for a drought upon the land, and upon the mountains, and upon the corn. Well, we were speaking about corn too. America is the largest producer of corn in the world. So this thing about corn, I find it very ironic. You know, everybody who got the corn, you know what I'm saying, in the Bible, it signifies something. It signifies power. You know, right now Zion got the corn. In Egypt, you know, Mizraim, they had the corn. In the War of Babylon, they got the corn, you know. All right. And upon the new wine, and upon the oil, and upon that which the ground bringeth forth, and upon man, and upon cattle, and upon all the labor of hands. Just about, I think about 2 years ago, an earthquake hit Napa Valley, the wine of America, destroyed this whole bunch of stuff, just destroyed it. They said, man, we ain't going to be able to rebound for about 2 or 3 years. You know, there's a massive destruction of the wine. Okay? And that, that could signify, the anger of Yah, because Yah talking about I'm taking out the corn, the oil, the wine, and all that.
Well, the oil is through the olives.
And that's in wine country too over there. Cause the olives over there. So you 2 for 1 right there. But yeah, 2 for 1. Verse 12. Then Zerubbabel, the son of Shealtiel, and Joshua, the son of Jodak, the high priest, with all the remnant of the people, obeyed the voice of Yah their Elohim and the words of Hagar the prophet, as Yah their Elohim had sent him, and the people did fear before Yah. Then spake Hagar, the Yah's messenger in Yah's message unto the people, saying, I am with you, said Yah. I am with you, said Yah. A lot of people, don't remember that. Be bold and I be talking to the police like this. Somebody bothering me. Hey man, I'm a child of Yah. You gonna get in trouble. Yah with me. Yah not with you. So you better slow your roll. You know what I'm saying? You better slow your roll. And I'm probably like 0 for 100, man. They just look at me a little crazy, and then they just most times walk away or leave me be. And Yah stirred up the spirit of Zerubbabel, the son of they just gonna keep saying his name, right? Shealtiel, governor of Judah, and the spirit of Joshua, the son of Josedek, the high priest, and the spirit of all the remnant of the people. And they came and did work in the house of Yah of hosts, their Elohim, in the 24th day of the 6th month, in the 2nd year of Darius. Verse 2. In the 7th month, in 21st day of the month, came the word of Yah by the prophet Haggai, saying, Speak now to Zerubbabel, the son of Shealtiel, the governor of Judah, and to Joshua, the son of Josedek, the high priest, and to the residue of the people, saying, Who is left among you that saw this house in her first glory? Y'all, I'm sure y'all, spend a lot of time, a lot of effort, building all these tabernacles, the temples, and y'all like, man, how many times I gotta do this, man? You remember the first time we built the tabernacle, man? It was something else, wasn't it? That's what y'all was, like, this is something else, man. Who is left among you